So welcome back dear students to our educational channel Fortune Academy. Yesterday we have uploaded our first video regarding the new topic, that is electromagnetic induction, in which we have covered the various topics like introduction, Faraday's experiment, coil to coil, magnet to coil, then Faraday's law, in which first law, second law and Lenz's law. Today we are going to somewhat revise the topic, then we are going to proceed further. So in introductory we have already learned about the electromagnetic induction. So what is electromagnetic induction? So the phenomenon in which there is production of induced current or induced EMF due to the change in the magnetic flux associated with the coil or circuit changes, that phenomenon we basically call it as an electromagnetic induction. उसके बाद अपन ने देखा था कि कॉइल टू मैग्नेट एक्सपेरिमेंट एंड कॉइल टू कॉइल एक्सपेरिमेंट. तो इसमें अपन ने देखा था जब मेरा मैग्नेट स्टेशनरी रहता है तो उसमें मेरा मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स चेंज नहीं होता. इन दैट कंडीशन देयर विल नॉट बी एनी प्रोडक्शन ऑफ इंड्यूस ईएमएफ और इंड्यूस करंट. बट व्हेनेवर देयर इज अ चेंज इन द मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स associated with that coil or circuit is changing, then EMF is induced in the coil. So in both the experiment, that is coil to magnet and coil to coil, whenever there is a change in magnetic flux, there is a induction, that is current is induced and EMF is induced. So induced current and induced EMF will be there. So the experimental results are categorized and put forth in the form of Faraday's law, that is Faraday's first law and Faraday's second law. In the video we have already learned about the Faraday's first law and Faraday's second law. Faraday's first law अपने को क्या देता है? तो Faraday's first law अपने को cause देता है कि किस वजह से वो होता है, और Faraday's second law अपने को magnitude देता है. So Faraday's first law का statement देख लेते हैं. Faraday's first law कहता है कि whenever there is a change in the magnetic flux associated with the coil or circuit changes, then EMF is induced in this coil. Second law gives us about the magnitude. So the magnitude of this induced EMF must be directly proportional to the rate of change of magnetic flux associated with that coil or circuit changes. So we are able to write in that condition कि E must be directly proportional to d phi by dt. So directly proportionality, so E is equal to d phi by dt. So the magnitude of this induced EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of magnetic flux associated with the coil or circuit. So here directly proportionality is our unity, that is the unity is a constant. Afterward we have seen the Lenz's law. So we know that our first law gives us the cause, our second law gives us the magnitude, but Faraday's both law does not give us the direction. So the Lenz's law gives us the direction. So according to the Lenz's law, the direction, here is the statement for the Lenz law, the direction of this EMF or the current must be so as to oppose the original change which is responsible for its production. फिर से देखते हैं स्टेटमेंट कहता है कि द डायरेक्शन ऑफ दिस इंड्यूस्ड ईएमएफ और द करंट इज सच एज टू अपोज द चेंज इन मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स व्हिच इज रिस्पांसिबल फॉर इट्स प्रोडक्शन. सो ऑन कंबाइनिंग द Faraday's first law, Faraday's second law with the Lenz's law, we are able to write E is equal to minus d phi by dt, where this negative sign is indicating that it is going to oppose the magnetic flux which is induced in this coil. So for this explanation we are assuming our two figures, figure A and figure B. So in explanation, so when we have taken one magnet with the north pole and here are the two coils, one side and upper side and lower side of this coil. So when the north pole of the magnet is brought near to this coil, then magnetic flux link with this coil is increasing, due to which the EMF or the current is induced in this coil. Now the magnet is going to behave as a dipole and indirectly it changes its pole as a south pole. So due to which it is going to oppose the original change which is responsible for its production. In the next figure also, when the north pole of this magnet is moved away from this coil, the circular coil behaves as a magnetic dipole pointing north pole towards the north pole. So in this way it is going to oppose the original change which is responsible for its production. So in this way, so negative sign is indicating that it is going to oppose. So by this way the poles of this magnetic dipole they are going to attract and they are going to repel, and they are opposing the original change which is responsible for their production. So this is what the Lenz's law. Afterwards we are going to see the Lenz's law is consistent with the laws of conservation of energy. How the Lenz's law is consistent with the laws of conservation of energy. Lenz's law. So now we are going to learn about the Lenz's law, how it is consistent with the laws of conservation of energy. So we know that according to the Lenz's law, the direction of this induced current must oppose the change in the magnetic flux which produces it. So let us assume that instead of opposing the original change of the magnetic flux due to the current assist it. In such a cases, अगर assist करता है तो क्या होगा? तो in such a cases, the total magnetic flux linked with the coil or circuit will change more rapidly. So therefore, the induced current will increase and the magnetic flux also increases, and hence the resulting in the production of the greater induced current. So जो अपना current है वो क्या होगा? तो more ज़्यादा induce होगा. So in this way, induced current will go on increasing without any expenditure of this energy. So without expenditure of the energy, but this is in contradiction with the principle of conservation of energy. Hence the direction of this induced current must be such that कैसे रहनी चाहिए? तो the direction of this induced current must be such that the magnetic flux always opposes the original change of the magnetic flux which is responsible for the production. Thus the Lenz's law gives the conformity with the conservation of principle of energy. So Lenz's law gives the conformity with the laws of principle of conservation of energy. So this is all about the Lenz's law and its consistency with the conservation of energy. So now we are going to proceed further for the theoretical proof of E is equal to d phi by dt. हमेशा बोर्ड में ये क्वेश्चन आते रहता है, इसके पहले आ चुका है कि prove the theoretical proof, give the theoretical proof for E is equal to d phi by dt. For this we have to consider a rectangular coil PQRS which is made up of a conducting wire which is placed in uniform magnitude. So here we are considering a one rectangular coil which is a PQRS which is made up of a conducting wire and it is placed in a uniform magnetic field of induction B. So we are placing this coil in a uniform magnetic field of induction B. The direction of this B is perpendicular to the plane of the frame. Let L be the length of each side of the coil. Let L be the length of each side of this coil. So we are considering L be the length of each side of this coil. So now when this coil is pulled toward the left hand side, when we pull the coil toward the left hand side, then the electron in this coil will move with a constant velocity and it is going to experience a force that is F. So the force will be get exerted on this coil F and it is equal to B into I into L. So if we consider L be the length of each side of this coil and suppose that the coil is pulled towards the left with the constant velocity V as shown in this figure, then the electron in the coil will also move with the same velocity and they are going to experience one force that is equal to B into I into L. Now the forces will act on the three sides of this coil. One is PQ, another one is QR and another one is SR. But when the force will act on the side PQ, so side PQ again side SR, they are equal in magnitude and oppositely directed. ये force इधर में एक रहेगा, एक force इधर में एक रहेगा. So they cancels each other. So the forces acting on this side PQ and the force acting on this side SR, they are equal in magnitude. So they are going to cancel each other. So only force is remaining on this side QR. So only force that is F should be equal to B into I into L must be present on this side QR. So now in order to move this frame or to keep the frame moving towards the left, one force that is equal in magnitude and oppositely in direction should be get applied. So in that condition the mechanical force should be equal to minus F and it is should be equal to minus B into I into L. So now if we consider dx be the displacement of this coil in the time dt. So if we consider that the coil is displaced through the distance dx in the time dt, then work done is equal to, so we will write work done, it is equal to force into displacement. ठीक है, तो फोर्स अपने को पता है कितना था, तो B into I into L and displacement we know that is a dx. But here L into dx is how much? So L into dx, that is area swept away by this conductor, that is PP dash S dash is there. So we are able to write this L into dx, it is equal to how much, to dA. So now the equation becomes minus b into I into कितना, तो dA. So again we know that we have already seen the total flux phi is equal to कितना रहता है, तो b into dA रहता है. So we are able to put this b into dA is equal to change in flux, that is d phi. So now equation is going to become b into dA, that is I into कितना, तो dA. So वर्क डन अपना स्मॉल वर्क डन था क्योंकि स्मॉल डिस्प्लेसमेंट लिया था. So dw should be equal to, so finally we are getting dw should be equal to minus of I into कितना, तो sorry it is d phi. So this is equation number first. Now again we know that power की अगर बात की जाए तो power it must be equal to, power is equal to work done upon time. So work done P is equal to work done dw upon कितना, तो dt. This is equation number 1. And again we know that power is equal to E into I. This is equation number 2. Assume कर लेते हैं. In this both the equation, the left hand side of this power are equal. So we are able to equate their right hand side. So dw by dt it is equal to E into I. So from this we are able to calculate dw is equal to E into I into कितना, तो dt. So this is equation number 2 where we have calculated the work done. Here also we have calculated the work done. Suppose assume कर लेते, this is equation number A and this is equation number B. So considering this equation 1A and equation number B, their left hand sides are equal. So equating their right hand side, so E into I into dt it is equal to minus of I into कितना, तो d phi. So cancelling this I current, so we are getting E should be equal to कितना, तो minus d phi by dt. So this is the very easiest theoretical proof for the induced EMF E is equal to d phi by dt. अभी अपन ने जो यूनिट चालू किया इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंडक्शन, अपन बोल रहे कि द फिनोमेनन ऑफ इंडक्शन इंड्यूस करंट इंड्यूस EMF, सो वो कितना होता है, सो मैथमेटिकली इट इज E is equal to d phi by dt. स्टेप्स बहुत आसान है ध्यान में रखने के लिए. तो वी हैव टू लर्न, वी हैव टू चेक आउट फॉर द वर्क डन. सो वर्क डन के लिए इक्वेशंस निकालना है, dw के लिए 2, पावर के लिए 2, पावर की इक्वेट करना है और 2 वर्क डन की राइट हैंड साइड इक्वल करेंगे तो आपको E is equal to d phi by dt मिलेगा. So this is the easiest proof which is likely to be asked in the board examination, Maharashtra boards.